And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition, the classic recap edition of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How you guys doing, you guys? It's finally happened. We finally had a real gymnastics competition. Now, I'm not saying Europeans wasn't real. I'm not saying Chinese nationals wasn't real. I'm not saying Japan nationals wasn't real. I'm not saying none of these competitions wasn't real. But we live in America and we have the best gymnastics team in the world. And I've been missing it. Like, I thought NCAA was really going to be able to make up and to, hit that bits ahead for gymnastics, and it did. Don't get me wrong, it did. But NCAA gymnastics is just not the same as elite level gymnastics. It's not the same process of trying to make an Olympic team, especially for Team USA. It's just not the same, you guys. And you all know it, child. I ain't even got to go into it too hard, child. You all know it. You right there. You know it. NCAA's ain't got shit on elite level gymnastics. Now, with that being said, I have so much excitement. I have a little cold, so bear with your girl. But we are going to talk about the recap of the 2021 USA Classic, the first step to making the 2021 Tokyo Olympic team, the first battle of the Hunger Game War. So, we are going to talk about a few of my faves. And again, if I'm skipping over some girls, it's not that I don't think they're going to make the Olympic team. It's not that I just literally forgot about them. I forgot to add them to the list. So, if I'm forgetting one of your faves, drop them down in the comment section. I will give my opinion in a secondary video later on in the week. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to the Half In, Half Out podcast. I don't know when the episode is going to air, but soon your girl is going to be a special guest co-host recapping the classics. So, this video is my personal opinion, and when I go on their show, that will be, a more professional platform. But this is just me, myself, and Michaela, and this is what I feel with nobody else's opinions around. So let's get into it. Yurchenko Double Pike. We might as well rename this classic to the Yurchenko Double Pike Show, because that is what the piece of gymnastics that I was most excited for. No, I didn't think Simone was going to attempt it. I didn't even think she was going to even truly attempt it, maybe until the vault finals at Tokyo. But no, Simone said, yeah, I'm going to do it, and it's really easy for me. Now, the Yurchenko Double Pike, soon to be known as the Bows 2 vault. In theory, it looks riskier than a Yurchenko double or a Yurchenko twist and vault. But seeing Simone do it is actually a safer vault if you have the power. Twist and vaults tend to lead to a lot of injuries with the girls because you have that possibility of under-rotating a vault, flipping wise, and also under-rotating twisting wise, which when you under-rotate flipping wise and under-rotate twisting wise, those are what leads into all of these injuries that we see, all of these ACLs and these knee replacements and all these Achilles tears and all of this other stuff. It's because they're short on the twisting, on top of they're short on the rotation. But with the bow style of vaults, these Yurchenko doubles, I'm assuming the girl is going to do a double tuck before we see a double pike again. I know, it's not an assumption. I know it's harder to get the flipping rotation around. But if you can manage to do that around, it's a lot safer of a vault than even a Yurchenko double twist. As Riley McCusker, which we're going to get into a little bit later on the show. But I think the Yurchenko double pike The Yurchenko doubles is going to be a thing of the future. I'm going to give it about 10 years because it's a safer vault than a Minar. It's a safer vault than a Chang. In theory, it's the get in the vault around part. But if you're powerful enough to actually can complete the double rotation, the double flips, I think it's a lot safer of a vault. Simone Biles' new flow routine, I love it. It's my favorite flow routine she's ever done. It was her first meet. No, she was not dancing and juking it out like we know she's going to do in Tokyo. But I see the potential. It's my favorite flow routine she's ever done. I love Simone's new beam combo. Her side straddle, half side split lead half. It's one of these upgrades that just makes sense. It's an easy D skill for her, and now she's only counting. Now she's counting 4 dance elements and 4 acro elements, where she used to be counting 5 acro elements and 3 dance elements, which I think is a lot smarter. And she still has a 6.5 start value on beam. It could go up to as much as a 6.6, 6.7. I know you guys love these Chinese girls, but I just don't see them beating Simone on beam. I just don't, unless she has a mistake. But if she hits, I don't see nobody beating her on beam, floor or vault. It just is what it is. Simone's handful of mistakes. She had a mistake on her toe on for a turn. And it was one of these mistakes that, I'm glad it happened here, not at the Olympic Games. So I hope she learned. And Simone's been doing that toe for a while, so I know she knows how to do it. She just always struggles with it, trying to keep it in handstand. But I have no doubts that Simone is going to handle that bar routine, that floor routine, that beam routine that I like so much, and that vault. Simone Biles, hand her that gold medal, child. Now, let's get off of Simone, because I know y'all was as mad as I was when NBC just sat there for literally like 5 minutes watching LaRon tape Simone's foot while Kara Eker was on floor exercise. That was so garbage. That was garbage, NBC. That was garbage. Yeah, we love Simone, but we want to see people flip and tumble and do gymnastics. We don't want to see her get her foot taped. Like, the fuck? Oh, this video is not for kids. Morgan Hurd! We finally get to see the 2020 American Cup champion. I was about to say Olympic champion. She did really good. She, as we know, Morgan is my favorite gymnast of this squad. I love Morgan like I love Gabrielle Douglas. I'm just going to keep it real. Morgan needs to do a lot of upgrades. Compared to what every other girl on Team USA is doing, Morgan is way behind on her D scores on all events. The event that I'm most worried for Morgan is bars. I don't know if Morgan is going to be able to get her bar set back to what it was in 2020 after her elbow surgeries. I don't know if we're ever going to see Morgan's Naviva. I don't know if we're ever going to see this upgraded bar routine that we think Morgan had planned. We don't know. Morgan needs to upgrade that beam routine. She was working on aerial layout, step out, layout, step out. She was working on a full in on beam. She was working on a lot of tricks. And now, with the emergence of Jordan Childs, Morgan just needs to do these things. Like, it's not even it used to be a question of whether Morgan needed to do these things to make the Olympic teams, but it's no question she needs to do a harder floor routine. I think floor and bars are her tickets to the team, and she needs to do her syllabus. She needs to do her double layout. She needs to do her layout to a double front. She really needs to do her front full to her front double twist, because that's the tumbling pass that Jordan has for her third tumbling pass. So she got to keep up with Jordan. She needs to end her floor routine with a full in. Now, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I love Morgan either way. And if Morgan does not make this Olympic team, trust and believe, her number one fan at the University of Florida is right here. So that's Miss Morgan Hurd. Let's talk about Miss Jordan Childs. Miss Jordan D. Childs has been the most pleasant surprise of all of 2021. This year of Miss Competition has helped her the most out of anybody on USA Gymnastics. Her gymnastics is just, it's back to the level, if not surpassed the level as she was when she was one of the top juniors last quad. So this comeuppance of Jordan Childs is amazing. It is amazing. My only criticism is them ugly ass wolf turns. No offense, boo. You know I love you, Jordan, but them wolf turns are ugly as shit. And I get it. It's an easy E and it's an easy D skill. And another, what would you have to do? You would have to come up with a Mustafina turn, or a triple L turn, or a quad turn. So I get why the wolf turns are there in the routines. It's just they're not the prettiest skill in the world for you, Jordan. But hey, at least we don't have wolf turns on beans, and that's a positive sign. For Miss Suni Lee, the girl who is more than likely the second lock, used to be the second lock behind Simone. I don't think Suni is a lock anymore, you guys. Like Suni, I love Suni. Like Suni, Grace, and Morgan have been my three girls this whole cycle, and I'm terrified of all three of them, to be honest with you. Suni, I don't know if you can make the team as an all-arounder now. I just don't know. I don't know what you can do on vault. I don't know what floor routine you're gonna be able to put out. I don't know if your vault and floor is gonna be able to keep up with Jordan, with Grace, with Sky. I'm not sure. But we will see. But I have no doubts that Suni will make the team, if not on the main team, as the other specialist behind Jay, who we will get into in a second. Let's talk about my boo Grace. My boo Grace came back from injuries. You know, we was really concerned about Grace after the Hopes Classic when she went and let Flo film her routines. We was all concerned about her. But Grace looks good. She looks a little beat up too. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the direction that Grace is going with this bar routine. This bar routine may be a surpriser. She's basically doing the basic Russian style bar routine, but she's adding a downy to it, which makes it a lot better. And she's possibly adding a Fabrician double dismount too. But we just have to see where that goes. But Grace look good. I'm just not sure for Grace, Suni, and Morgan if Sky, Jordan, and Connor. Yes? In your drawer. Hey everybody, I'm sorry about that. I had to actually do something at work. But yes, I love the direction of this bar routine that Grace is going for. I love her downy. I just hope she can get her in bars back in time for, nationals and trials. I think Grace needs her in bars to be a competitive player for the bars and floor spot. Leanne, what happened, sis? No, for real, like, what happened? Did that crazy Alphon train you too hard? Did he force too many upgrades too soon? Did he not make smart upgrades in this year that you guys had? I thought you was gonna do a double off of bars. What happened? It's your compositions. I might as well add Kyra to this too, so I'm talking to you both. It's your compositions of your routines that's the problem. It's not your individual skills. You both have great individual skills. You both, on any other team, will be the first and second place gymnast on any other team in the world. But because you guys are on Team USA, and your coach is Alphon, he is absolutely, positively giving y'all the worst possible routine constructions that just makes no sense whatsoever. Like, Kara, like, sis, all you had to do for your being was take out your ring leaps and do full twisting jumps instead. Like, you could have kept your exact same beam routine. And just instead of doing your switch ring, which is the E, you could have did Torjate half, which is an E. Instead of doing your switch ring leap, you could have did a straddle full, wolf jump full, split jump full. Like, I just don't understand why they just didn't give you your same routine, just teach you how to do these full twisting jumps. That's it. That's all you needed for your routine, Kara. That's it. So, Kara, like, your being routine construction used to be impeccable. Now it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, Kara and Leanne, I'm sorry to say this, I think you two are the first tragedies of the Hunger Games of Classic. Like, I just don't see your routine. Like, and again, this always happens at classes. Then y'all show up at trials and nationals with superior performances and it just be on some other stuff. But I just don't see how with your routine come. Like, Kara, you cannot do a 3.5 twist, girl. Like, you can do a triple twist to an Arabian punch front, but you just can't do a triple and a half. Like, maybe you can do a triple and a half, but this whole routine is just too hard for you. And Kara, you just wasn't that for exercise, girl. Anyways, I don't understand why they didn't keep your same old flow routine. Just teach you like a couple of more D skills and dance elements. Teach you a wolf turn or something like that. Like, that's all you like. And then this is the other thing, Al. You all at age thinks Leanne is y'all ticket to Tokyo, right? And I'm not saying that Leanne isn't a great gymnast. I'm not saying that Leanne, maybe in the next 4 years in Paris, it won't be her time. But this cycle, y'all ticket to Tokyo is Kara. And y'all throwing Kara away for Leanne. Y'all doing this Beth Vanessa and Jamie coach. I remember her name is Beth thing where like, oh yeah, Kara, she alright. She made the Olympic team twice and made beam finals twice, but Leanne is the star and y'all just missing the sun for the moon. Like, y'all are missing the sun for the moon and y'all gonna let y'all chance at having an Olympic team member slip away, trying to push that Leanne when Kara is the girl y'all should be pushing towards the gold medal. Sky is I call Sky Miss I'm gonna steal your spot. Sky is the dark horse. Sky is the girl that I see taking that Olympic spot. Sky is the girl who I see as that bars, beam, and floor exercise girl who also have a really good Yurchenko double twist. Sky is that girl. Connor is also that girl. Connor and Sky, I think for the next couple of years, are going to be the two girls who we talk about the most. And I also think Connor and Sky are going to be the two leaders of USA Gymnastics over the next 2.5 years. But I think Connor and Sky are fighting for one spot. And I think they're fighting for that fourth spot, which should be Leanne's or Grace or Morgan's. But I don't know. I see Connor or Sky taking that spot. Michaela Skinner's fault. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about how horrible I think her floor routine is. So I'm going to give her some props on her vault. Michaela Skinner, this is the best chain vault I've ever seen you do in your whole career. That was a great vault. It was stupid low. Your vault score should have been like 15. And your Arminar vault score should have been like 14.8. Your Chung vault score should have been like 15. Your vaulting average should have been like 14.9. Something like that. I don't think it's right that Jordan Childs outscored you with your Yurchenko double twist. Even though Jordan Childs' vault is like perfection, I just don't think that your Jingle Double Twist should outscore Arminar unless the Arminar is just horrible and your Arminar wasn't. And I damn sure don't think your Jingle Double Twist should outscore Ching. Your Ching was very good, so that's good. I'm happy to see your hard work on that event. Now, Michaela. My name is Michaela too. Like, you're not supposed to make me do this to you, girl. Like, we're supposed to be here. But you was like over there with the bullshit, girl. Michaela, this floor routine is too hard for you, sis. It's just too hard. It's too hard for you. You need to take your Morse and turn that into a Stillivage. You need to take your second tongue pass, which is a Stillivage. You need to turn that into a triple twist. You need to take your third tongue pass, which is a full in, and turn that into your punch front through to your double tuck. And you need to do your last tongue pass need to be your full in. Or you could do your 1.5 through to your double tuck. But no, you don't. You need to take out the damn 1.5 to a 2.5. You need to take out your Morris. You need to do a punch front to a double tuck. You need to do a triple twist. And you need to end with a full in. Like, that needs to be your routine. Maybe Michaela, you can do a whip back through to your triple twist. Maybe you could do a back tuck out of your full in like you used to do. But this routine you're trying to do on floor and on bars, it's just stupid. It's just stupid, Michaela. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. You're losing way more trying to throw these skills than you would lose doing easier skills that I know is in your wheelhouse. I know you can do a beautiful Stillivage. I know you have an incredible triple twist, Michaela Skinner. There's no reason for you to do this amount of upgrades. All you need is your vault and floor, and that's going to send you to the Olympics or not. Look at Jade Carey. Jade Carey didn't even make floor finals because why? She kept bouncing out of bounds, throwing hard stuff. Whereas Tunisia Lee didn't, and she made floor finals and came in second place in the world on floor. Just saying, Michaela, think about taking some skills out of your floor and bars and being routine. Michaela Skinner, this leg out full turn, illusion turn is just not going to happen. Half of your connections on beam. It's not going to happen. You're not going to connect your back handspring full twist to oh my god, what is it called? To your back handspring swing down. It's just not going to happen for you, sis. Stop. Riley McCusker. I was just starting to fall in love with you, girl. Like, I just was starting to see what everybody else was seeing. Like, I'm so devastated. Like, for real, I've been making jokes on Twitter, but I'm devastated. Like, and your Chinkle Double Twist was great. It was the best Chinkle Double Twist I've ever seen you do. It was high. It was floaty. It had the height and the distance. Like, it just sucks. I hope you don't have a really serious injury, and I hope you can get back into Hunger Games. But if not, Riley, I look forward to seeing you in Morgan at Florida next year, too. Jay Carey. You did great on bars. You did okay on beam, too. Jay Carey. Don't give up your solo spot, girl. Don't give up your solo spot. Well, you know what? I have to see what your all-around score would be before. Don't give up your solo spot yet. Wait until you do a full all-around competition and get a real good all-around score. Then you make a decision. But until you have to make your decision, don't. Why should you? Why should you be forced at this point to give up a gold medal? If you didn't write the rules, you just follow the rules to every letter of the rules. So, I don't blame you, Jay Carey. Do you? Your floor and vault just have to score in the mid-15s to make you make sense. Because you're going to score like high 13s on bars and beam. So you have to score in 15s on floor and vault to make it make sense, in my opinion. And those are the girls I would like to recap. We could talk about Shalise Jones. I think she's going to be amazing in NCAA. We could talk about Aaliyah Finnegan, another girl I think is going to be amazing in the NCAA. Emily Lee, I think she's going to be amazing in the NCAA. And all of the world-class gymnastics girls, Simone's teammates, I think they're going to be amazing NCAA gymnasts. I just don't see them as a part of this particular Hunger Games. Maybe the 2024 Hunger Games, but this particular Hunger Games, they're just not. I just don't see it for them. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times. The gymnast was ablaze all the falls at this classic, but it was the first real gymnastics meet back of a year and a half, right? So yes, there was going to be a lot of falls. It was a lot of girls' first time out there on the floor trying skills. You see the girls who have competed before had less falls other than Suni. So, I wouldn't be too worried. There was lots of falls at Russian nationals. There was lots of falls at Chinese nationals, but I don't see y'all panties in a bunch for those falls. So, I just say, for now, calm down. And even if the USA is falling a lot right now, they're still gonna be number one in the world. So, those are my opinions. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Gymnastics Loves. Or Loves Gymnastics. No, it's Loves Gymnastics. No, it's Gymnastics Loves. I'll put it in the description bar. Look out for me on the Half In, Half Out podcast. I cannot wait for that. And yeah, check me out on Twitter, check me out on Instagram. Like your girl's page, like your girl's content, and I will be providing more very shortly.